In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can jump to the top of this hill, and I can't do it on my own. Oh, but look at this, we got a jump pad. And this thing will bounce us right up to the top. So let's cover what I have in this scene really quick. It's very, very simple. I have this white square sprite. It's just a 64 by 64 pixel square. I drag that in and turn it into a player. I called it player. I gave it the player tag. And then I added a box collider 2D with default settings, as well as a rigid body 2D, also with default settings. I have this player movement script, which I'll get to in a second. This hill and the grass floor are just the white squares with box collider 2Ds on them and scaled up, so they're big. Really simple, really simple stuff. I'm just going to quickly scan through the player movement script. I have a full tutorial on how to set this up, but more or less you need a rigid body, a move speed, and a jump force. You don't even need to have your character to be able to jump, by the way, for this, but in this case I do. And then we have two private variables of float move direction and a bool is jumping. In update, we're just getting the x-axis input for horizontal, and we're storing that in a float. And then we're checking if we're pressing down the space button, and if we are, then we set is jumping to true. And then in fixed update, which is where you want to handle your physics calculations, we're just setting the rigid body velocity to a new vector 2, where we get that horizontal input and multiply it by the move speed. And then we want to keep our rigid body velocity equal to what it was. We check to see if the is jumping is true, and if we do, we just apply a force with a new vector 2, 0 in the x-axis, so we only go up, and the jump force. And then finally we set is jumping to false. So pretty simple script, not much going on here. And my default values here, you'll see, are 5 for the move speed and the jump force is 300. And so there's other ways to set up jumping. It's not really the focus of the tutorial, but the main point is if you wanted something to help you boost over this hill, right, then it's actually so easy to do this. It takes like 2 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and drag this white square in. I'll call this jump pad. I'll scale it up just for a little bit of aesthetics and shrink it down in the Y. And I'll just make it red as well so you can tell. The only thing we're going to want to do on this is add a box collider 2D, default settings. And then in my assets folder, I'm going to right click and go to create, C# script, and call this jump pad. And I'll go ahead and just quickly drag the script onto the jump pad game object. And let's open this up. So we can actually remove start and update. We're not going to be using them in this method. We mostly just want to check to see if we are colliding with our player. But before we do that, let's create a variable so we can tweak what the jump force is going to be. So I'll say public float jump force, and I'll default this to something like 10f. And now Unity has a built-in method for checking collisions. So if we type void on collision enter 2D, we could select that. And in here, what we want to do is check to see if it's the player we're colliding with. So we could say if the collision dot game object dot compare tag, and then in strings we'll pass in player. Again, if I click on our player game object, you'll see up here I have my tag set to player, but it could theoretically be whatever you want, as long as it matches what's in here. Then we want to say collision.gameObject. So this is our player game object. We want to get component of type rigid body 2D, so we can apply a force to it. And we'll say add force. And now we want to say vector2.up, which is going to be in the y-axis, times the jump force. And then if we hit comma, it'll ask for a force mode 2D. So we could say force mode 2D, and if you hit period, you'll have two options in the enumeration. There's force and there's impulse. And if you read the little descriptions, it says impulse adds a instant force, and that's what we want to use here. And then we can just close it off and add a semicolon, and that's it. This is all you need for a jump pad script. So now you can come into the game, and if you jump on this, it'll bounce you up over the hill. And it's really that easy to get something like this set up. And to get this to work for your particular game, you can go in the inspector here in the jump pad script, and we could increase this to something like 100 and test this out. And you might just find that this value works better for your game. So that wraps it up. Like this video and
subscribe.